race in 2006?
January 2005.
2005.
2005. And it was basically an old quarry which finished quarrying in 1981. They used to dig out the clay for bricks, local bricks and local tiles, and since then the old owners just left it to
Rot.
to grow. Yeah, rot basically. Everything to grow.
And trees to fall into the lake and just become overgrown.
Yeah, full of weed and trees, and that's when we started.
Well, we basically bought 2 chainsaws to start with and just cut everything down, sort of within 10 metres around the edge of the lakes. Built swims, levelled all the ground out.
With the help of a digger and a dumper.
Planted grass seed and had a lot of bonfires for trees behind us.
We even had divers go down and
map out the bottom of the lake and tie
attach
ropes
to
onto anything that
trees
needed pulling out.
Taking them out. Well, our lodge, we've got 2 showers, 2 toilets in our lodge. 1 toilet, 1 shower is handicapped people can use, so it's not a problem. And we've got a fridge and freezer and another separate freezer so people can put their bait in and store their food for the week.
A nice kitchen in case you're hungry with a big cooker.
Yeah, and a microwave as well. So
big dining table for you all to sit round and have your dinner together and talk about what's gone on in the day.
With a nice view over Albert's Lake as well.
With Buster's Lake we built 7 purpose-built swims that were all dug out at the banks. Most of the swims I would say are probably big enough for 2 people. We only let 4 people on there, even though there's 7 swims. They're all purpose-built out of railway sleepers and gravel, so that even in the middle of winter you're not walking mud into your bivvy every time you catch a fish. We've really stocked it heavily so that it's not the sort of place you wait in 3 days to get a run. So yeah, the average is probably 50 runs a fisherman, and that's probably the average.
It's 2.8 hectares surface area in total, with an island that we actually built ourselves. And it's got Buster's, there's a lot of features in there, lots of troughs and lots of gullies, lots of bars, which makes it really interesting for anglers to fish to. And it's a different colour from Albert's Lake, and it's got 3 different types of clay, and it's also a bit sandier, which I think gives it the blue, sort of blue lagoon colour which it has.
A good week on Buster's can result in 100 carp for an angler and a couple of catfish up to 25 kilos so far.
Not necessarily fishing the night.
Yeah,
all the night
without
as well.
fishing the nights because they've been too tired sometimes. We put an extra cabin on Buster's Lake. It's not as big as the lodge on Albert's Lake, which everyone on Buster's Lake can use, but we just put it there so there's somewhere to keep dry with a bit of heating, an extra fridge, an extra freezer,
some
power points so that you don't have to come all the way down to Albert's if you want to charge up your phone or freeze some bait.
Somewhere to dry out if necessary.
Not that it rains much down there.
Albert's Lake, that's slightly smaller than Buster's Lake. That's 2.4 hectares in surface area, but with a much larger island, and it is got more depth to it. It's probably about 5 metres in its deepest point, and in the middle ranging from 3 to 4 to 4.5 metres, and also by the island there's a very shallow bit, which is where the old lorries used to come in and take the clay away. So it's much deeper than Buster's Lake.
The fish are slightly bigger than Buster's Lake as well. The average is about 26, 27 pounds, and it's very well stocked again. It's not the sort of lake where you've got to wait long to catch a fish.
Albert's is probably a more matured lake than Buster's Lake.
Far bigger oak trees and everything all the way around it, on the edge of a forest.
Surrounded by the countryside.
All you can hear is nature. Albert's and Buster's Lake can both be booked individually or can be booked on an all-exclusive basis. We only have a maximum of 4 anglers on each lake, even though there's 7 swims on one lake and 9 on the other. We only accept 4 anglers to give you all room to move around and enjoy yourselves. Bread and croissants can be delivered to the swim every day, along with anything else you might need really from the supermarket locally.
We offer a selection of baits which are available from us, and also particles, cooked particles, and also pellet for the fish, which we know are good for the fish, and high in protein as well.
A range of boilies from CG Baits and pop-ups and dips in the Netherlands.
And also fresh baits from Monkey Baits, which work very well.
Pretty much anything works at the moment.
Parthenoe, the local town, is only 5 kilometres away from us, and there you can find the local supermarkets, bakers, and for those who want an evening out at a restaurant, there's plenty of good restaurants there to choose from, and it's a nice old medieval town. It dates back to the sort of 15th century with a nice River Toué which runs through it. So it's a nice bit of history if for a walk about and make a change of scenery for those who want to have a change of scenery.
There's a local bar within 500 metres for those that like to go and have a beer or something to eat very locally.
And they do a nice menu for €11, all inclusive, and you'll never leave there hungry.
Including your wine.
Including your wine as well. And for the others who like burgers, McDonald's is only 10 minutes away as well.
This winter we'll be adding a few 20-kilo fish to both lakes. Also we're going to be removing a lot of smaller fish to give the ones that are there a lot more of the food. There'll be less competition for them. We will be emptying the stock pond this year, which is, how big is it?
It's about 2 acres.
It's about 2 acres. We don't really use it for fishing, although we have let people fish with floating crust there lately who've been catching carp for £30. So we will be emptying the smaller ones, keeping 40-50 of the biggest fish from there, and either adding them to Alberts or Busters, or leaving them there so that you can go stalking for them with a bit of bread crust or a dog